So let's just begin by moving the right knee up into your chest, and your fingers interlaced over the right shin. Take a moment to feel deep within the right hip socket, rotating the right shin, maybe the right knee towards the mid-chest, right knee towards the right shoulder, or towards the floor on the right side. Just exploring your hip socket, noticing kinks or tense points. And relax out the right leg. And take a few breaths on your back. Just notice the lingering sensations in the right hip. Let that be the tool to keep your mind clear. We'll shift to the next side. Move the left knee in, fingers over left shin. Explore your left hip socket, feeling out any areas, any kinks. Left knee towards mid-chest, left knee towards left shoulder, maybe the floor towards the side. And lengthen up the left leg. Take a few breaths in stillness. Both knees up into your chest. Your fingers interlaced over the shins. And try to release the hips so you're getting heavy and disengaged. Get curious of where you're feeling it, what you're feeling. And then gently rock left and right. Take your left arm overhead. Roll towards your left side into a fetal position. So you're on your right side, the right hand on the floor. Sorry, on your left side, right hand on the floor. And when you're ready, press the top hand to rise up into a tabletop position. So your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. We'll begin by warming up your spine. With your inhale, look up, lift your tailbone. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone underneath. A few more times, breathe in, look up, heart forward, biceps forward. And round in, chin to chest, tuck the tail, push into your hands. One more time. Breathe in, look up to the ceiling, tuck your toes underneath, hips high, downward dog. Bend your right knee, and then left knee, back and forth. With a gentle bend in both knees, your feet walk up to the top of the mat. Allow your head to hang heavy, so passive fold. Hold opposite elbows. Rock yourself, left, then right, back and forth. Gentle bend in both knees, hands on thighs, press your way to stand. We'll meet with your hands at prayer in front of your chest. We'll take a full breath in. Interlace your fingers, hands down to the floor as you exhale. Gaze on one knuckle. Inhale the hands forward. So we're keeping the gaze locked. Lift the chin to feel a stretch to the front of your throat. Flip, and out your mouth, like you're fogging up a window. H-A. Interlace the fingers, press the hands down. And continue, breathe in. Like a moving meditation, you're gradually expanding the ribs, feel the lungs hit capacity. And out your mouth. Almost like you're encouraging a yawn. Interlace, hands down. 3 more cycles. Interlace, hands pressed down. Nice and long, drawn out airflow. Inhale. Move through one more cycle. Breathe in, slow and steady. Gradually inflate. Try to feel the lungs expand deep within. Lift your chin. Flip out your mouth. Interlace and your hands pressed down. Only bite with your hands by your sides. Palms open, shoulders broad. Think of pointing the tailbone down, lift the ribs up, draw the navel in. And like we're setting the muscle memory, take a full breath in and a soft release. Shift the weight to the right foot. Open up your left knee. Heel to ankle, foot to calf, perhaps up to inner thigh. And your hands shift forward to prayer. So think of growing tall, lift the ribs, and draw the low belly in. Your gaze locked on one point. Take one more breath cycle where you are. And then shift your left knee forward. And lower the limbs. Next side. Shift the weight to the next foot, the left leg. Open up your right knee. Foot to the inner calf, perhaps inner thigh. Hands in prayer. Think of rooting the standing foot down as you're lifting your ribs up. Draw the low belly in, hands connected. A gentle press in the palms to broaden the upper back. And relax the muscles in your face. One more breath in. Shift the right knee forward and release the limbs. And the big toes together. Inhale the arms wide up overhead. Interlace the fingers above, relax the shoulder blades down. With your inhale, grow tall. Lean towards your left as you exhale. And rise back up, breathe in. We'll lean towards the right, exhale. Let's rise back up, breathe in. Lean towards your left. We'll stay on this side with a full breath. Expand the side of the body. We're creating a curve, a semicircle over your right side, like a crescent moon. Think of the hips pressing towards the right, fingers reaching towards the left. Draw the low belly in. 3. And your right shoulder back and down. 2. Think of the sternum lifting up. Your core strong to rise upright. Bend the knees, bend the elbows to feel a stretch in the back of the limbs. Rise back up, breathe in. Lean the other side towards the right. And again, full breath, expand the side of the body, finding more depth if you can. Keep your low belly strong, your thighs engaged. Hips towards the left, fingers reach to the right. One more breath cycle. And come back upright. Open the palms, open the feet. Arms parallel to the floor. Take a full inhale. Bend your knees, lower the seat down and back. So your shoulders are back in their sockets, the low belly contained. It's really common to see people curve the low back. Instead, think of length in the lumbar spine. Draw the low belly in. So your arms are forward, shoulders are back. And you're lowering the seat down, bringing the weight into the heels. Let's take one more breath cycle here. We'll begin to press into your feet. Lift your heels up, rise to tiptoes. Gently bend the knees. Think of shifting your shins forward. So keeping the shoulders over your hips, your thighs parallel. Lower until you feel your thighs engage. For some, it's coming close to parallel to the floor. For others, it's keeping the angle in your legs. We'll take one more breath cycle where you are. And then begin to press into the balls of the feet to rise up. Take a breath when you find your peak height. Lower the heels down, lower your hands down. Your big toes together. We'll move into eagle pose next. So keeping the toes together, the arms wide up overhead. Start with your left arm underneath your right arm. So left arm under, right arm over. Reach, twist high, lift. Lower the seat, left leg up, thigh up and over. Squeeze your legs, lift your elbows, pull your forearms, think of the upper back broadening. Take one more breath cycle here. And lift the left knee back up. Lower the feet down, the arms wide overhead. Inhale, reach up. We'll take the next side when you're ready. Move the right arm underneath, left arm on top. Reach, twist high, lift. Lower the seat down, right leg up, thigh up and over. So you're squeezing your legs together, lift your elbows. Think of pulling the forearms broad to open your upper back. Draw the navel in. And take one more breath cycle. Lift the right knee up, your feet down, arms wide overhead, palms connect above, hands to prayer in front of your chest. Take a full breath in, lower the seat down and back. So lengthen up the spine to start. We'll twist towards the right. Bring the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Knees together, seat down, core drawn in. 3 breaths. 2. And on 1, we'll twist to face the floor. Press into your feet to rise up, hands to the ceiling, look up. And your hands back to prayer. Stay here, take a full breath in. Lower the seat down and back. We'll lengthen up your spine. Twist, next direction, right elbow, outside of left thigh. Lower the seat, draw the core in. So you're keeping the right knee back. A gentle press in the palms, sternum to thumbs. Let's take one more breath in here. And twist to face the floor as you exhale. We'll press into the feet to rise up, hands high, look up. Arms wide as you exhale. Bring the hands to the low back behind you. Lift your heart up, elbows close together. So you're bringing your elbows close, sternum to the ceiling, begin to tilt back. You're engaging the glute muscles, lift the heart, draw the elbows closer. Keep tilting back, maintaining a lengthened lumbar spine. Your thighs are strong. One more breath cycle. And rise back up. Hands released by your sides. Give that a little shake, let it go. You can shoulder shrug, up, back, and down. Let's meet with your feet, top of the mat. Bring the hands onto your hips. Gently bend your knees. We'll grow tall to start. Hinge with a flat back. So a long spine. You should feel the back of the thighs, the hamstrings tingle. When you notice the edge of your range, relax the low back to fold forward. And bend one knee, bend the other knee, back and forth. And lengthen your spine. Breathe in. Take a bend of the knees, hands down, move the right foot. Let's go right foot all the way back. And when you're ready, press into your left foot to rise up. Shoulders back and down, thumbs point away, lean in. So we're keeping the back heel lifted high. Your right thigh strong, left hip pulling back into the socket. Keep the navel drawn in, so belly button to spine, bring that closer. With your arms alongside the body, think one line from right heel to crown of head. Your shoulders are back and down, fingers reaching for the back heel. 3 breaths. And with your next inhale, we'll move the arms through and up. Gently bend your right knee, lift the gaze, lift the heart. Your shoulders are softened down, sternum lifting up. Try to create more space in the front of your right hip, the psoas muscle. We'll take one more breath, expand, and the hands come down to frame the left foot. Bend the back knee, move your right foot forward. Feet together, lengthen spine. Breathe in, and fold forward as you exhale. Lengthen up one more time. Take a bend of the knees, hands down, move your left foot back. And when you're ready, press into your right foot. Rise up, shoulders back and down, thumbs point away. So we're externally rotating your shoulders. Like the sternum is reaching through a finish line, running right past. So heart leads the way, right hip back, left thigh strong, core contained. 3 breaths. With your next inhale, the hands through and up. Gently bend your back knee, look up, lift the heart. Take one more full breath to expand, open the front of the left hip. The hands come down to the floor as you exhale. Let's slide the right foot back, down dog. Bend your right knee, then your left knee, back and forth. And we'll rise back up, high plank. Let's hold high plank, core strong, thighs strong, broad upper back. If you need to lower the knees, you're always welcome to take this modification. If you're good to go, we're keeping the knees up, plank. One line from heels to crown of head. Instead of dumping in the wrists, try to spread the weight out by gripping the floor. Biceps forward, broaden the upper back, lift the mid back a bit higher. Core contained for 3, keep your thighs active, hips lifted. For 2, we'll take one more full breath in, and down dog as you exhale. Bend your right, bend your left, back and forth. With a gentle bend in both knees. Feet walk up to the top of the mat. Lengthen your spine, breathe in, and fold forward as you exhale. We'll press into the feet, rise up, hands to the ceiling, reach, and your palms to prayer as you exhale. Take one more full breath in, and hands by your sides. Move your hands onto your hips. Bend the knees, move the right foot 3/4 of the way back. We're setting up for warrior 1. Both hips face forward, arms through and up, bend your front knee, press the back heel down. And stay here for one more long breath. With your next inhale, we'll straighten front leg, open, warrior 2. Right foot walks back, bend your left knee. So you're gazing left over the middle finger of your left hand. You're guiding the left knee open, lengthening the lumbar spine. If you can reach the fingers further to broaden the upper back, go for it. Let's take 2 more long breaths here. And your palms open, left down, right up, triangle. Open the right rib cage, reach the right hand for the ceiling. So the left forearm could absorb weight. Left forearm could also press the inner left thigh to help you twist further. Like your feet are trying to squeeze the mat together. Inner thighs active. One more breath in. Look down to the floor. Press your left foot. Rise up. Warrior two. Breathe in. Complete exhale. Rotate the front hand. Left arm up. Right hand to right leg or low back. Bend deeper in the front knee. Expand the left side of the body. And we'll rise back up. Warrior two. So rotate the right hand to face the ceiling. Breathe in. Cartwheel forward. Hands frame left foot. Bend the right knee. Move your right foot top of mat. Lengthen. Breathe in. Fold forward. Breathe out. Hands on hips. Long spine. Inhale. Come upright as you exhale. Bend your knees. Left foot. 3/4 of the way back. Hips pointing forward. Inhale the arms through and up. Bend your front knee as you press the back heel down. Shoulders are softened, rib cage lifts, navel drawn in. 3 breaths. And with your next inhale, we'll straighten the right leg, open, warrior two. Left foot walks back. Bend your right knee. Again, you're guiding the right knee open. Try to feel more sensation in the front of the hips. If you have more bend, more depth, find it. Keep the shoulders directly above the hips. And you're looking right over the middle finger of the right hand. Let's take one more smooth breath. Palms open up, right down, left up. Open your left rib cage, look to your left thumb. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, look down to the floor. Press the right foot, rise up. Warrior two. Stay here. Full inhale. And complete exhale. Rotate the front hand to face the ceiling. Lift the right arm up. Left hand, left leg, or low back. Bend deeper in right knee. Expand the right side. 3, 2. Come back upright. Warrior two. We'll bring the hands back onto your hips. Straighten right leg, toes pivot towards the far edge of the mat. Toes lightly in, heels are open. Hands on hips, bend your knees. Lift the sternum up, hinge forward with a flat back. So micro bend in the knees, heart towards the front of the room, forward. You're lifting your tailbone. Eventually the hands can lower down to the floor. You can gently bend one knee, then the other knee. After playing with the flat back, you can eventually lower down. Perhaps the elbow is closer to the mat. And begin to walk your hands right to the top of your mat. And we'll slide the right foot back. Downward dog, bend the right knee, bend the left knee, back and forth. Let's rise up, high plank. Thighs strong, core strong, breathe in. Bend the elbows, slow and steady lower. Take your time coming down. Keep your hips lifted. Let the ribs come to the floor first. Once you've touched down, we'll do 3 baby cobras. Lift the ribs, lift your hands, engage the thighs. Lower back down as you exhale, chin to touch. 2 more times. Ribs up, hands up, hold. Lower down. 1 more time. Peel the ribs off the floor, feel engaged in the upper back. And back down to the mat. Press the knees, Press the hands. Tabletop. Knees wide to child's pose. Hips to heels, forehead on the mat, relax the belly. 3 breaths. Just notice if your mind ran away. Notice too where your mind goes towards. What thoughts pop in? Can you instead hold the focus on the breathing? And we'll rise back up. Tabletop. Let's tuck the toes under, hips back up, downward dog. We'll move through a modified flow. Rise up to high plank, breathe in, thighs engaged, core strong. Take your time lowering down. We will touch, so the ribs first. Touch down, baby cobra. Peel up, back muscles engaged, hands on the floor, push through tabletop. Toes tuck, down dog. Breathe in. And out your mouth. Bend the knees. Hands walk back to your feet. Feet hip width. Index and little fingers scoop the big toes. Keep your knees bent. Look up. Lift the hips higher. And then relax the back of the neck. You're welcome to release. Either stack the vertebrae bone by bone, or use your hands to walk up your legs. Slow and steady rise up. When you're all the way up, your shoulders to your ears, back and down. Hands on the hips. Let's step forward with your left foot. Lift the right heel up, grow tall. Lean in, right foot lifts. Inhales, lengthen. Exhales, hinge. Hands by your sides when you're ready. Thumbs point away. Low belly drawn in. 3, 2. We'll move the back knee through on 1. Lift the right knee up, lift your hands up, breathe in. If you want the next step, kick the right heel forward. We'll take one more breath to expand, and then bend the right knee, lower limbs down. Hands back on hips. Next side. Right foot steps forward. Lift the back heel up, grow tall, lean in, left foot lifts. Inhales to lengthen, exhales to hinge. Hands can float by your sides when you're ready. 3, 2. And we'll move the back knee through on 1. Arms towards the ceiling. Lift the left knee up. Breathe in. Kick your left heel forward. Take one more breath to expand. And then bend the left knee and lower the limbs down. Shoulders up, back and down. Keep the weight into your left foot. Arms up, bring the right hand back, bend the right knee, capture the inside of the right foot. Reach the right knee for the floor, left hand for the ceiling, move to dancer's pose. Down and back with the right foot. And again, no need to go to your edge here. For today, we're not looking for the extreme. Instead, get curious. Focus within. Take one more breath cycle. And the knees back together. Release limbs. Shoulders shrug. Up, back, and down. Next side. Arms high. Left hand back. Capture the inside of your left foot. Left knee down. Right hand for the ceiling. Kick down and back with your left. 3, 2, and move the knees back together. Release the limbs, shoulders up, back and down. Tadasana, one more full inhale, and sigh it out. Okay, grab some water if you'd like, and shift your way towards your mat. So you're coming onto your back. We'll meet in midpoint Shavasana. So you can tuck your shoulder blades under, your palms can face up. Let the muscles in the face go soft. Jaw unhinges, just aware of the air, the breath as it flows through. Notice if thoughts are popping in. You can almost think of them as clouds. These groups of ideas that float in and float out. They're there either way. It's your choice if you put your attention on them or not. So instead of focusing on those thoughts, come back to your breath. Come back to calm. Come back to a deep inner curiosity. You still feel any lingering sensations from the previous poses. We'll bend your knees, feet on the ground. Lift the right heel to the ceiling. Take the right ankle onto your left thigh. Lift your left foot off the floor. Fingers interlace behind left hamstring or left shin. So your low back pressing down, right elbow into the right thigh. And a gentle rock left and right. Back and forth. Lower your left foot down, right foot down, next side. Left heel up, ankle on right thigh. Right foot lifts, fingers behind right hamstring or shin. And rock left and right, back and forth. Lower the right foot down, left foot down. And lift both feet off the floor. Keep your shins parallel to the mat. Push the low back down. Move the feet a little bit further away. Hands on thighs. Press your legs as you pull your thighs back in. So you're feeling vibration build in the base of the torso. The low abdomen engaged for 3. Your hands are pushing your thighs, the thighs are resisting. For 2, try to increase the intensity. Push a bit more firmly, feel the shake build. And on 1, we'll lower the feet down to the floor. Knees left, knees right, back and forth. Keep the heels close to glutes. Press the feet, lift your hips. Shoulders tuck under, fingers interlaced beneath you. So you're rooting the heels down, stamping the front of the pelvis into the ceiling. So you can lightly engage the glutes, lifting hips high. 3 breaths. Release the fingers, come down vertebrae by vertebrae, bone by bone. Once the hips have touched, bring both knees in and give your legs a hug. Rock left and right, back and forth. With your feet back on the floor, we'll roll onto the next side. So your hips can shift. We'll come over onto your stomach. Your palms face down by the ribs, toes reach away, chin on the floor, thighs engaged. Begin by lifting your chin, lift your ribs up, then maybe lift the hands off the floor, feeling the upper back activate. And hold here, gaze just past your mat. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lower the hands down, the chin down. Look towards the right, hands by your sides. Relax. We'll take your hands up behind your low back, interlace fingers, chin back on the floor, chin, ribs, feet, knees, thighs up. So everything lifts high. Feel your shoulders open as your thighs lift. Feel the glutes engage. We'll take one more breath to lift. And lower yourself down. Look left, right here on the mat. Release and relax. The palms face down by the ribs, chin back on the floor. You can use your knees or tuck your toes underneath. We'll press up into high plank. So either use the knees or your toes tucked, press to high plank. Take a breath in. Lower to chaturanga as you exhale. So we're hovering off the floor. Inhale the ribs through and lift, upward dog. Hips high, downward dog. Take 3 breaths. Bending one knee, then bend the other. Back and forth. Rise back up to high plank. Inhale. You can lower the knees if you like. Bend the elbows. Try to hover off the mat, avoiding the touch. Ribs through and lift. Upward dog. And the hips high. Downward dog. 3 breaths. We'll move through one more flow. Rise up, high plank, inhale. Lower, chaturanga, hover off the mat. Ribs through, upward dog. Hips high, downward dog. 3 breaths. The knees wide, toes touch. Hips to heels, forehead down, relax. And use the hands to walk back. Come sit upright. I would suggest grabbing a block, having one handy. The next 2 postures, a block is really useful. So when you're ready with a block in hand, come up to the top of your mat. So your hands are wide, the knees wide, your toes together. Take a seat. We're moving into sleeping hero pose, Supta Virasana. So your hands can move to the floor behind. Walk the hands back, perhaps an elbow down, then the other elbow. You can lift your hips. So we're feeling a quadricep stretch across the front of the legs. By lifting the hips a bit higher, you can lengthen your lumbar spine. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, begin to rise your way back upright. So hands on the mat, come back up. Bring the hands on the floor in front, walk yourself back, downward dog. Take a moment here to relieve the low back, to let the ankles, the knees feel open. Explore any sensation. And your knees can lower down, knees on the mat. Keep your toes tucked underneath. Hands walk back, hands on the thighs, come upright. So you're standing up on your knees. Bring the hands to the low back behind you. Your palms faced in, heart lifts up, elbows close, lean back. Engage the glutes, lift the sternum. Perhaps one hand to a heel, then the other hand back. So you're lifting your heart, pressing hips forward, hold for 3 breaths. And a hand, low back, rise up. We'll take a seat. So first I'd suggest grabbing that block, if you have one. A massage cushion could be useful as well. So some sort of pillow, whatever prop you're using to meditate, take that and slide it between the feet. And take a seat back onto your block. So if you do have a full block, the highest height or the medium height, if you've got a pillow or a massage cushion, you can adjust them as you need. So I'll guide you through a style, I'll move forward a little bit. I'll guide you through a style of meditation that is very similar to mala beads. If you've ever seen mala beads before. Basically, we can, instead of using mala beads and counting out every single breath, almost like a rosary for many other faiths, instead of using mala beads as the meditation tool, we can just use our fingers, our hands, to count breaths. So we'll start with the thumb and the index fingers connected. You would take a breath in and a breath out, and then the thumb of the right hand moves up a knuckle. Breath in, breath out. Up a knuckle, all the way through. The middle finger back, 3 breaths. The ring finger, 3 breaths, and then the pinky. So you go through one whole hand, doing 12 full breaths. That would be 1 knuckle on the other hand. So I'll be guiding you through this. We'll start together with the palms faced up on your thighs. And of course, just do your best here. Just try to focus on what we're doing together. If you fumble, just come back in and join where we left off. We're not going to do all the knuckles. We'll just do 3 fingers of the 3 fingers of the left hand with all 4 of the main counting knuckles of the right hand. So again, your thumb and your index connect, palms faced up. Close your eyes if you like. Take a full breath in, and a complete exhale. And the right thumb moves up a knuckle. Breathe in, and breathe out. The right thumb moves up 1 more knuckle, base of the index. Breathe in, and breathe out. The right thumb can move to the tip of the middle finger. Breathe in, and out. Right thumb moves up to the middle of the middle finger. Inhale, and exhale. Finish off the middle finger. right thumb to the tip of the ring finger, right hand. One breath per knuckle. And your right thumb moves to the base, the tip of the pinky. Breathe in and out. Two more. And base of the pinky. So now my right thumb will start over, back to the tip of the index. My left thumb moves up one knuckle. Start over. So right thumb moves up to the mid of the index. And the base of the knuckle. And the right thumb moves to the tip of the middle finger. And right thumb to the tip of the index, the ring. Right thumb moves to the tip of the pinky for 3 breaths. 1 each knuckle. So we'll do a significant shift. The right thumb moves back to the tip of the index. My left thumb moves up 1 more knuckle. And right thumb, tip of the middle. Long breaths. Thumb to the tip of the pinky. So I'm starting over, my right thumb moving to the tip of the index, my left thumb moves to the tip of the middle finger. Thumb resets, left thumb, middle of the middle finger. base of the middle. Last set of 3, so we'll reset the right. Left thumb moves to the tip of the ring finger. Just notice if your mind is running around. Try to stay focused here on the task at hand. Long breaths. Your thumb from one knuckle to the next. Last knuckle. Whenever you feel you've completed off that final breath cycle, you could remain in a seated position if you're still in a meditative cushion or as a posture that feels comfortable. If you want to bring yourself onto your back, you're welcome to lay back down onto the mat and take Shavasana. Whichever version. And we'll just lay onto your back back in Shavasana, shoulders tucked, palms faced up, and let your body relax. So we may come to this practice for the lengthening and the strengthening. And of course, these physical benefits are a part of the practice, and it is very noble and righteous for us to choose to heal the body. But the foundation of this whole practice is really around controlling the monkey mind, stilling all of that chaos internally. It relieves the aches and the pains so we can practice feeling inner peace, feeling a deep sense of calm. So I invite you to take as much time as you like here to embrace that calm, that inner quiet. Let that continue on even when you leave your mat. Thank you guys for carving out time in your busy schedule for you. With whatever you're doing, whatever you're occupying yourself with, please continue to take time for your own health, for your own well-being. Have a great remainder to your evening. Love and light. Namaste.